What's up, everybody? Dr. Evil Genius here for the Talk Shit podcast. Do women's feelings matter more than men's feelings in relationships? The inspiration for today's topic comes from a Facebook group called Mature Conversations About Relationships. Now, I want to make it very clear to you, do not let the title of this group fool you. Most of the exchanges in this group are not mature. Most of the immaturity comes from the women's side, unfortunately. But I digress. Someone thought it would be a good idea to post something that appears that was found somewhere on the internet. And so I wanted to share it with you now. All right. My husband admitted to his friends that he didn't find me beautiful. Nothing feels the same anymore. I'm newly married. After our honeymoon, my husband had a group video call with his best friends. After I said hello and chatted for a bit with them, I excused myself to go for a walk. I decided I needed to get my raincoat because it looked like it was about to rain, but my husband and his friends thought I've already gone out. They started interrogation about our honeymoon, and they were all teasing and laughing until one of his best friends asked him if my looks were still an issue for him. The use of the word still makes it very clear that this is not the first time this man has had this conversation among people that he felt safe having this conversation with. It was very clear to them and to himself that he was not satisfied. This is not anything that's new. I know many of you men, and you can put it down in the comments section, you can attest to this. My husband told her that he loved me and that we had a great honeymoon, and that I'm beautiful on the inside. And he said, quote, "You can't have it all," end quote. She insisted on wondering whether he felt he downgraded from his ex-girlfriend. And he said, quote, "Maybe, but she makes me happy," end quote. Now, again, many of you guys can confirm this man's position. Sometimes it's not the hottest, the most physically attractive woman that is going to bring you the experience that you're looking for in a relationship, especially someone that you're looking to figure out if they're worth marrying. Another friend then interjected and said, "I wasn't bad looking if I lost some weight." My husband agreed. I'm pretty sure 99% of husbands out there are shaking, they're nodding their head, because most of the time men get with women that they find attractive on some level, and they can see themselves being attracted to them beyond the non-sexual attention, beyond the non-sexual love. They think that it can go forward. They think that they can spend many years till death do us part, etc., etc. Many women, after they've already gotten the ring, they think that they've got it made. Well, he's committed to me now. Wow, it's time to stop going to the gym. It's time to stop eating with discipline. It's time to stop doing all of the things that made him attracted to me in the first place, because of course, that is a recipe for a long, productive, and healthy relationship. Just stop doing all the things that made the relationship as enjoyable as it was, right? Nothing feels the same anymore. I always knew I wasn't beautiful, but I thought that he liked how I looked, or at least didn't mind it so much. See, something on some level let her know she wasn't up to par. In fact, probably on the fortunate side, that he decided, I'm going to put a ring on her anyway. She knows what she looks like when she looks in the mirror. When she takes a shower and she steps out and there's a mirror right next to the shower, she knows what she looks like. She knows what men really want to look at when they see a woman's naked body. And she knows that she doesn't have that look. And on some level, obviously, she understands that she doesn't have that look. Is she lying to us or herself when she says, I thought that he liked how I looked? No. You know, he is tolerating you because you have other redeeming qualities. I know he values my other qualities. See, and that he loves me and is very kind to me. But I don't feel good with him, and I haven't been happy since that day 5 weeks ago. I understand. It sucks to hear that you're not everything that the person that you said I do to wants you to be. To hear that, I know it's gotta suck. So I'm definitely not discounting this. Where do you see men en masse saying, wow, I'm looking for an overweight woman so that I can stay with her and not have access to any other woman? I'm going to choose this one overweight woman I'm not physically attracted to, and then lock myself down to only possibly having relations with only her. What men out there are doing that? In 5 weeks, she went to the internet with it. She didn't go to him. She went to the internet. You know, I spoke to Mrs. Evil about this earlier today, and she said, hey, she said that she would feel more sympathy for this woman if she had discussed it with him instead of going to the internet. And I thought that that was a pretty valid position to take, because the internet is filled, especially where women congregate, they're filled with women who are unhappy, most of them single, because happy women in marriages are not sitting up on Tumblr or Reddit or Twitter or Facebook whining about men. They're not, because they're out there enjoying their lives with their men. So with that being said, I want to kind of take you to some of the responses. She says, saying that he was being honest is strange to me. This doesn't show honesty. It shows that he has brought this conversation up as well as allowed his friends to chime in on his wife's looks with 50 positive reactions to it. You don't talk to your girlfriends about the status of your relationship, about the quality of your man's bedroom prowess, or the fact that he forgot to take out the garbage, or he didn't say the exact 17 words that you require when you're feeling ornery on any particular day. You're not in your girls' nights out or your talks with your girlfriends. You're not talking about that. Even though some of you may be married, you're not talking about how hot you think Dwayne The Rock Johnson is and the things that you would do for him that you wouldn't do for your husband. You don't have those conversations, ladies? Come on, let's be real. But here's the thing that really got me. I don't care how unattractive he thought she was. And you're going to see that this is a theme that repeats itself. This woman says, words hurt, and once uttered, they cannot be taken back, only forgiven by those who were offended. Have a conversation with your husband about what you heard and how it made you feel. Also listen to what he says. Just an observation, it was a woman making the inquiry of the husband. Perhaps she's attracted to the husband herself. Probably not likely, because he went ahead and married this other woman anyway. This woman says, that hurts like hell. And it will always be in the back of her mind, making her self-conscious. Another lady here. It's hurtful, yes. I tell him what I heard and how it made me feel. Attraction is a big factor, so I need clarity on, quote, looks still being an issue for him, end quote. But I guess in reality, these types of conversations take place all the time, and we just aren't present for them. Nobody is perfect. Well, he really shouldn't have been talking like that in the first place. It's not nice to talk about people behind their back, especially someone you just married. He should have immediately shot those comments down from his friends. His mistake was agreeing with them. She needs to confront him, not let it fester, because he's got some serious making up to do. And this is where this is why I named the title of this video what I did. He is confiding in his friends something that is important to him, something that they know that is important to him. He is dissatisfied with the fact that he is not as attracted to her as he would like to be. And the only thing that these mostly women can think about is how she feels. He's got making up to do. For what? What does he have to make up for? He's not satisfied with her level of physical fitness. And he's got to make up for that. And this is how you take the thoughts and the feelings of men, and then you use it to incriminate them. We know in our society that we men are judged very, very harshly for having standards of attraction. We know that women, he needs to be at least 6 feet tall, 6-figure plus salary, 6 inches below the waist, hung like a horse. He's got to have this skin complexion. He's got to be this famous. He's got to have this much muscle, right? It's all these things because, women have this expansively long list of their requirements for men. But when men say, hey, I want a woman that I can, be physically attracted to, how dare you? You're so shallow. The things that you feel comfortable talking to your friends about, that you don't feel comfortable talking to your man about, if you have one. This is no different than that. Let's not pretend like this is anything different than what you talk to your girlfriends about when you're out of earshot, or when you think you're out of earshot of your mate. To the men out there, because obviously this is a men's platform and I got to talk to you about this. There are 2 things that stand out to me about this. 1, you need to have safe spaces where you can say the things that you think and feel that you cannot say in mixed company, or to people that if they knew what you really thought and felt, it would upend your life. You need to have people that you can trust. Those friends of his on that video call were people that he can trust. She overheard something that was not meant for her. I understand that many of you gentlemen out there have issues with expressing yourself when it comes to what your expectations are in your relationships with women, be it girlfriend, be it situationship, be it friends with benefits. It can be engagement, fiance to fiance. It can be husband to wife. I know how difficult that is. However, it is extremely important for you to understand the importance of expressing the things that need to be expressed directly to your lady. There is no 2, 7, 18 ways about it. If you're not attracted to the woman physically and she goes to initiate physical intimacy and your face is going to say it all. Your body language might be a little hesitant. She's going to sense that. It is better to speak to your lady directly and promptly when there is an issue. Let me use myself as an example. I got with my first lady about 16 years ago, second lady about 10 years ago. The 3 of us have been together almost 10 years. I think 4 weeks from now, the 3 of us will have been together 10 years. And from about the first 8 years of the 3 of us being together, so we'll say 2012 to 2020, I mostly kept my mouth shut when it came to what my preferences were as far as what made me physically attracted to a woman. They went through a period together where they sat and they crocheted on the couch and watched dramas and ate garbage, to the point where they combined gained over 65 pounds in that time frame. Now, forget the fact that I'm a personal trainer. Most men, regardless of their physical fitness level, still want to be attracted to the women that they're with, and they want to be attracted to the person that they got with when they first got with them. Now, I made the mistake of not saying shit to them for most of that 8 years because I didn't want to hurt their feelings, and I felt like their feelings were more important than mine. In that comment section I just showed you, the majority of the women only cared about what the woman felt. They totally disregarded the fact that he was frustrated, he was dissatisfied with not being physically attracted to his wife. How can I go to this event where my clients will be and then present to them as their personal trainer my ladies who are both overweight? How do you think that would look? How do you think that would go for business? This is why our sex life has been suffering, because I am attracted to fit women. They both devised a plan to work out together to find things that they thought were fulfilling psychologically, and then they made the needed changes and they lost most of the 65 plus pounds that they gained over that 8-year period in somewhere around 4 to 7 months. They didn't get offended, they didn't get angry and how dare you. They took the fucking challenge. They met the challenge. And when we went to that event, they were happy that they put the work in that they did. They were happy to present themselves in the pictures that they were a part of. They were beyond proud to represent me and what I do professionally, why I was at that event in the first place. And of course, long after that event had passed, the dynamic between the three of us has never been better. Now imagine if I wasn't such a fucking coward and I approached them with this issue years ago and made it something that would challenge them. And then as they improve, so it inspires me to continue to be better myself. Down in the comment section below, I want to know what you think on this subject. Do you think that we as men have a responsibility to put a woman's feelings above our own? Do you think that your feelings matter as much as anybody else's? Tell your stories of how you overcame fear of hurting someone's feelings and how that worked out for you. Thank you for hanging out with me today on this, and we'll see you next time.